Hi guys, I'm Alicia
And I'm Christina.
and we are Paranormal Goals. On this episode today we're going to talk more about the paranormal. We have a sort of like a question that we're going to be reading out with our experiences from a TikTok account, and then we're going to read out other people's experiences to you. What is the name of the account?
It's mystery?
Mystery. So yeah, it's just called Mystery just so that you know where to get it from.
And the question is, what is something scary that has happened to you that you can't explain?
Okay, so I got two things. I'll start with the first thing. So about 10 years ago, I was in my bedroom in my old house. I've told you about this before. You'll be like, oh yeah. Basically, I had one of those old Nokia phones, and I was up about 1 or 2 in the morning. Yeah. Everyone was asleep, and basically that morning after, I had a missed call from an unknown number, and then I checked my voicemail, and there's this woman, and she's like, "Hi, it's the police. We just want to make sure you're okay. Give us a call back, because you called this number. You called the police." And I was like, "I didn't call the police. No, why would I call the police at like 2, 3 in the morning? Didn't need help or anything."
Because you were asleep.
No, I was awake at the time that it happened, but I was watching EastEnders.
So nowhere near the phone.
I was nowhere near the phone. It's one of those weird ones you got to press the button, like the hash key or star, I can't remember, and then like to unlock it. So I checked my call log, and it's on my old YouTube channel of me filming this. Still to this day, don't know what happened, but sure enough, in my call log it said 999, and I clicked on it, and I was on the phone for 3 minutes, I think it was, and I was like, I don't remember. Like, I say I don't remember doing it, but like I know I didn't do it 100%. Didn't do it because I didn't need to call the police.
Yeah.
And I was watching EastEnders on my iPod, and then my phone was next to me. So even if I had accidentally like called them, I would hear a woman go, "Hello, hello, anyone there, anyone there?" Because it's like late at night,
and there wasn't. Obviously, Nokia phones, it's not like Siri, so you can't just go like,
"Oh, call the police." Yeah, exactly. So that's still a mystery.
So it can't have been that the EastEnders could have gone, "Oh, we need to call the police."
Yeah, exactly. There's there's absolutely no way that could have happened, and all my family were asleep because it's late at night. You know, I was going to say something else, I forgot. My mind's gone blank. But it's Monday. I'm having a bad day. Yeah, I can't explain it. Oh, that's what I was going to say. It was on the anniversary of 9/11. That Everything continued normally that night, and I didn't tell anyone at the time, but looking back, it really, really freaky. I thought it was a dream for the longest time, but thinking about it, it didn't feel like a dream, and I don't remember dreams. And then they put, like, at the bottom, teleport through space and time. I feel like maybe that could be a thing, like, you lose time because 1 minute you're here, then the next you can transport.
Is it not like deja vu? You're having a deja vu moment, but you're in a different place.
Yeah, it can be that, but normally deja vu happens when you're in the same place.
Oh, okay.
Like, you're like, oh, I've been here before.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas he was having a conversation with his friend, and then all of a sudden
his dad was like, what?
He's at home.
I had to read that last night 3 times to understand. I was like, hang on.
Yeah, it's weird. Or either that or they're on something. Like, you know. Okay, there we go. Next one. Next story.
After my grandpa died, my grandma said she could feel someone getting into bed with her nearly every night, but we didn't believe her. One night I was watching TV in the living room, trying to fall asleep, when I heard footsteps in the hallway leading to my grandma's bedroom. I looked out into the hallway and I couldn't see anyone, and this happened for probably a minute. Immediately after the footsteps stopped, the TV turned off. I stayed awake for another hour or so, but didn't hear anything after that.
Ooh.
I hate reading things. I get nervous.
Yeah, it's fine. That was like, it sounds like it was like a visitor from like a loved one. Skip that one. Okay, so next one. So I was staying at my aunt's house in Mexico. My cousin's room had 2 beds, so I slept in there. I remember not being able to sleep well, and I had a bit of pain coming from my thighs. I had sweatpants on and somehow scratches on my inner thighs, almost like a bunch of cat scratches. My aunt came in and searched the bed for anything, but never found anything that could have scratched me. She also noticed that I had a bit of bruising on my neck, as if someone had tried to choke me. Oh gosh. It was just me and my cousin. Definitely freaked me out, and I rarely ever visit my aunt anymore. If I do, I stay for a few minutes. Sorry for bad formatting, I'm on a mobile. At least they apologise. Like, that sounds like possession. Like, from a demon, scratches. Like, maybe they have an attachment, like something there, I don't know. Right, next story.
For some reason, I always feel deaf, or if someone is getting ill. Can't check it on other people, but on the close ones always works. Also, sometimes I have dreams about something happening in my life, and usually it does happen after some time. It's not that often, but every time it's happened, it's true. For myself, that is the scary thing, as I can't explain why it happens.
Again, I think that's the intuition thing. Like, some people are just so more in tune with it. Like, sometimes I will think of someone, like, let's say my dad, and he would text or call me, or like with Will, or I'm like, oh, Will's gonna message me in a minute. So I pick, like, it's happened before, and I pick up my phone, and my phone ding ding. I'm like, bloody hell, how was that? What? I freak myself. It doesn't happen all the time, you know. Or I'll have a dream. Like, one time I had a dream that my mum was cooking pancakes, and the day after, I kid you not, she cooked pancakes, and I was like, when she was doing it, I was like, that's weird, I had a dream that you were cooking pancakes last night. She goes, oh, you're a witchy poo. But yeah, honestly, I think some people are just more in tune and have like a gift. Oh yeah, sorry. This happened 3.5 years ago. I was 12 and my friend Caleb was 16. We were at a party at a pastor's parsonage, and is that how you pronounce it? And the church was just a few 100 yards away. We asked permission and crashed in the youth wing there to play board games, and after 2 hours, both of us would alternatively look around sharply until all at once we looked directly at each other, and I yelled, "Get out now!" We ran hard and fast out of the room and out the church, and we later confirmed with each other that the sounds of other footsteps and slamming doors and a loud roar were following us. Came back the next day and all the board games were put up nice and neat. Never been back in that wing since. So
someone obviously tidied it up.
Yeah, like the dudes were like, yeah, let's leave it a mess, and someone was like, oh, they've left it a mess, let's clean it. But it sounds like that's haunted. Are you getting a nice easy one again?
I know.
A nice short paragraph. Next story.
Sleep paralysis. 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 How do you say that word? Look.
Sleep paralysis.
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 Bit of that spastic word. It's got a cis at the end.
Yeah.
But anyway,
moving
that
on.
word.
Yeah, sleep You're making me not pronounce it now. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah. I've had experiences where it felt like my soul was being sucked out either from my chest or my face.
Oh god.
Kind of like being attacked by a dementor. I can't yell or move, so it really sucks. Yeah, but that is sleep paralysis. That's not, I think, paranormal.
I don't think it's paranormal, no, but the thing is, I've had it once. It does feel like you have no control.
Wake up, you can't move.
Yeah, but
you're screaming and there's sounds
yeah, but
out.
sometimes I think you are awake, and I feel like while I don't think it's always paranormal, I do think sometimes something can hold you down,
Really?
like something negative. Yeah, I mean, I've had it once. I mean, majority of the time.
It's horrible.
Yeah, I've had it like twice, I think, and it's like. It's weird. I think it's not always paranormal, but it's not to say.
And it feels really weird because you can't move. I literally have to move a finger to be able to wake up.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
But are you still in a dream or are you awake? Because I was awake and I knew I was awake.
Well, I was sort of dreaming, and then when I was sort of, my eyes were open, but I thought it was happening in real life. But it turns out, because I thought my mum came in the room to talk to me in my dream, which is why I wanted to wake up. But obviously, I wasn't awake. I was asleep.
Yeah, it's
and
weird.
I couldn't wake up, couldn't move. And then when I woke up, she wasn't there.
Dreams are weird. Dreams are so weird.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever had a dream where you know you're dreaming and you try to wake up from your dream?
I think so.
It's so weird. Like, I had a dream. Quick story. I had a dream that I was in my old house and we were in the middle of this tornado and everything was dark and black outside. And then my mum in my dream was talking to me. She told me to do something, I think to wash up. And I went, "You're not my real mum." She was like, "Excuse me." I went, "This is a dream. I need to wake up now." And I tried so hard to wake up from it. I think I did. Yeah. Yeah. Our house wasn't in a tornado. Don't get that over it. Yeah. This isn't Dorothy. But yeah, no, it was weird. Or like you have a dream in a dream. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Right. Next story. But instead of curious and confused as to why there was another person in the ring, I sat up and reached toward the woman, trying to figure out if she was real or not. That's like you were doing earlier. When my hand reached her face, she disappeared. My wife woke up at this point and asked what I was doing. All I could say was that I thought I saw something. We both laid back down facing each other and closed our eyes. So you were awake. Okay. Confusing. Not a minute later, we both heard this growl that sounded like a mix between a bear, lion and howler monkey from behind our headboard. There's nothing behind that wall since it's outside second story wall. She immediately began screaming. I searched the house from top to bottom. We never found out what made that noise.
Would it be an animal outside?
It could, yeah, exactly. It could have been like depending on where they live as well.
Yeah,
like, are they somewhere that have bears?
So there's no house attached to it.
Yeah, it could have been like an animal outside. But the bit that confused me was not being fully, unless they meant he arose fully awake from sleep. Yeah. Okay.
Fully afraid.
Fully afraid. His brain is fully afraid. Next story, Christina.
This incident happened with my friend, who was once visiting his relatives in a semi-rural town in India. During summers, the people usually preferred to sleep on the roofs of their houses or in the cart. What?
In the pardon? In the what now?
The people usually preferred to sleep on the roofs of their houses on a cot. So that's what he did.
That's fucking hilarious.
This is in India, I guess.
Oh.
Do you know?
Let me read it. Because sometimes the internet, I think it was busy. Yeah, 100% sleep on the roofs of the houses on a cot. Unless maybe there wasn't, I don't know, it was too hot or something, I don't know. Anyway, that was weird.
He spread his cot on the roof and fell asleep.
That's dangerous!
Why would you sleep on a cot?
I think we're thinking different. Cot over here is what babies sleep in. They call it a crib, so maybe cot to them is beds. It's like Project Fear, you know, when they sleep they call it cots.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, but still, why would you put a bed on top of the roof? What if it blows away, you fall off? Anyway, moving on.
Then in the middle of the night, he wakes up to see 5 women wearing white saris,
Yeah.
a type of Indian clothing, hair untied and dancing in circles on the neighbouring house's rooftop. He was scared and spent the rest of the night awake under the sheets with his face hidden.
So, what? Sorry, were they on his roof or another roof?
Neighbour's roof.
But if there's people on the roof,
wearing white,
yeah, exactly, wearing all white, and because it's dark.
On the roof
it might be a bit cold. Take your blankie. Oh God, so we're at the end of that. So our next and last question, again, this is from TikTok. So, Christina, what is the most pants shitting paranormal? These aren't my words, guys. These aren't my words. What is the most pants shitting paranormal experience you've had? Or weirdest?
Well, I don't think it was pants shitting, but there's a time when we were investigating. So the lights were on, apart from I wanted to go to the toilet basically, but on our break, so my mind was like, wasn't really thinking of the ghosts and all that. I went to the toilet. As I came out of the toilet, pretty sure that Will and you were in that room, so it can't have been Will playing the prank.
And where our equipment were, yeah.
Because I heard him over there anyway, it definitely wasn't it. But it looked like, and there's nothing there, physically, there was a man standing by the other door opposite, but in the dark, but like sort of looking at me. Proper figure. Yeah. Just it's she in black.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel scared or anything. I just thought, oh, maybe it's a mannequin.
Oh, flipping out. Here we go. Not this again. Mannequin, that's it. But that was in 2 doors down. So that was the end of the house. Yeah. I remember you saying you saw something, and it wasn't Woody, the caretaker, because he had keys, and you'd hear footsteps, and he would gone. He would be telling, like, talking to you, and be stood there. That's weird. For those that are wondering what the hell's going on with the mannequin, on her last investigation, she said mannequin instead of mannequin.
So that every single time I always say mannequin. Yeah. I can't say mannequin.
No, exactly, because now it's just. I know exactly what mine is. Mine is going to be when we went to that castle where we thought we heard horses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So me, you, Ollie, and my brother Alex. You and Ollie were waiting for me and Alex. Alex was holding my bags near this fence, and obviously there was a field and there were no animals in it. I wouldn't get in a field with animals and stress them out or whatever. Made sure it was clear, not a single animal in sight. I had my leg over one side of the fence ready to climb over to go into the grounds, and out of nowhere I heard a horse galloping toward me. And you know when you feel the presence of something behind you? I felt that in front of me, and I looked up expecting to see a horse, but there was nothing there. Honestly, like, that shut me up.
At that same time,
you and Ollie thought it was loads, apparently, yeah. But me and Alex only heard one, and I think it was maybe like a horse in the night guarding the castle still. And then another paranormal team that I can't remember the name of them now, they said they smelled horse poo, and I think one of them heard trotting as well, which is weird because it confirms that it's something. We should go back there soon, do it again. But that was probably the weirdest thing I'd experienced, and it's annoying because if we were recording, we would have got that on camera. But because it was like right at the start of the investigation, we hadn't even started investigating it. We literally just pulled up. We weren't rolling, so now that's why I might keep rolling, like keep the cameras on. Nothing in the field, because the thing is, the field was big. If there was a horse charging toward us, we would have heard and seen it in a distance coming.
Yeah.
But this appeared maybe, it was like a few feet away from me, and it was, I can't explain that. It was weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is probably the weirdest thing. Right, so back to someone's story again on TikTok. So, I dated a girl who lived in the house Aaron Burr hid after killing Alexandra Hamilton. Sorry, I don't know what that is. I dated a girl who lived in the house Aaron Burr hid in after killing Alexander Hamilton. It must have been like a murder out there.
Yeah, right.
I always...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's really weird if that happened. Yeah. Next story, Christina.
Okay. My mother-in-law insisted that her house was haunted, as she kept seeing this creature which looked like a dog walking upright. Oh,
That's creepy.
I had a science education and asked, and was in the middle of trying to explain to her many possible explanations for what she has seen when a ghostly dog-like figure standing up ran across upstairs, which is visible from where we were talking. I had no more words to say. Night.
You sound like a robot.
I don't understand. That's why I'm going. Where are we talking?
Is there no punctuation?
I don't understand what she means.
My mother-in-law insisted that her house was haunted, and she saw this creature which looked like a dog walking upright. We got that. I have a science education, I think she means a degree, and was in the middle of trying to explain many possible explanations for what she saw, when a ghostly dog-like figure standing up ran upstairs, which was visible from where we were talking.
Yeah.
I had no words to say night. I had no more words to say night. Oh, I think that's to the person she posted to. I had no more words to say goodnight. So I think she was trying to explain scientifically what she saw. Then it happened again as they were trying to explain it, like some weird creature trying to run past. That's weird.
Yeah.
Next story. There's just a few more left to go. When I was around 20, I was asleep in the middle of the night. I woke up and saw a floating transparent body about 3 feet away from the bed. I assumed I was still dreaming, but it was disconcerting that my cat was sitting next to me, hyper-focused in the same direction. I closed my eyes hard and reopened them. The ghost or whatever it was still there when I opened my eyes again. I said out loud, "What do you want?" Just as I said that, my cat leaped into the ghost with splayed legs like it was hell-bent for leather.
What?
I think the cat pounced on the ghost. It's weird. Next story, Chris.
Our family cat was quite old and pretty sick.
Oh.
My sister was leaving the country for like 6 months. The cat responded with her "ask the kitten." That's what it says.
Ask the kitten. Ask the kitten, guys. That's where the evidence is. Ask the kitten. The kitten knows everything.
And she picked him up the day she left and told him to wait for her to come home. He passed this like a month later.
Aww, poor little thing.
For the next 5 months, he haunted that house. You'd hear him run up and down the stairs, push doors open. It was like he was still there.
Aww.
This happened until my sister came home. Then it happened once more for her, and that was it. The little guy waited.
Yeah, I was going to say he was waiting for his owner. That's really sweet. I love that. Not that he passed, poor little thing.
Yeah.
Next one. Me and my partner had just watched Paranormal Activity earlier that night, went to the bed and thought it would be a great idea to go stick his hands in the freezer to make them cold, then grab me by the leg and rip me off the bed while I was sound asleep. I don't think I've screamed so loud in my life, so that did happen. It was just like a joke.
Do you want to read that one as well?
That's a bit long. Let's try and find some that are a bit smaller.
Okay. I guess the last one.
Yeah, let's read the last one.
Yeah.
So this should be good. Worked at a jail. We had an inmate in a restraint chair for self-injuries behaviour. I was a nurse at the time. Assessed him just before the incident. He looked fine, no issues. Normal young guy with standard American accent. Suddenly, at the nurse's station, I hear a deep, guttural, like grunting. Myself and a deputy go over to the cell, and it's like he's speaking another Latin-sounding language in a Satan voice. God, I read that. Fuck's sake. I read that as Saturn. God's sake. Literally was like you see on The Exorcist. This goes on for 10 minutes. Suddenly he stops and gets sleepy. Normally I'd attribute all of this to someone having some kind of psychotic episode, but 3 weird things stood out to myself and this deputy. 1. The entire floor we were on was fairly stuffy and warm. His room was really suddenly cold. 2nd, we felt an eerie presence in the room. This is a 3rd thing I can't disclose here, but the whole experience was, and then they put like an emoji face with like, oh my god. There is a 3rd, but I can't disclose here. Oh, I want to know what the 3rd one is. Oh, that's weird. Huh? That one.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's one with the poison. Yeah, because mine was up there and I moved it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so I think that one,
Yeah.
It could have been maybe he was having an episode. Maybe he was starting to show early symptoms, or it could have been something possessing him. I don't know. But yeah, that is all we have for this evening, guys. We hope you liked it. Apologies for like sounding like a robot because there's no punctuation in these things. But yeah, we'll do some more. We'll do more like myths and legends on our next one. But please like and follow us if you like it, and we'll see you next week. We're going to try and do it every Monday, aren't we? Podcast every Monday. We're going to try. Life gets in the way. But yeah, so see you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.